This man's like an ex-girlfriend, but we're still able to stay in contact as friends. We've got an ongoing relationship. He is a creative genius, maybe a creative villain. Today's a special day because we have a special guest. What's happening, my beautiful people? My name is LaBelle. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today, we're talking center attacking midfielders. That's right, cams. If you like this content, and if you want to see us get into the center mids, the holding mids, and so forth, drop a like on the video and talk to me in the comments if you want to be featured in future videos. Next up, we need the center mids. I repeat, we need the center mids. Who do you feel are the most overpowered? Simple question. Should be a simple answer. But I'm not going to hold you up. We also have a special guest today, so let's get right into the countdown. You need the criteria. Please jot this down. The player's default position must be a center attacking midfielder. A natty position. We're not shifting, moving, grooving. Not today. That's how all of these videos work. I like continuity. Max 83 overall. That was chosen by you. And you. And you. And the guy's got to be overpowered. Got to put on a show. Maybe some showmanship. I need to be able to include you. Count on you. Reliable. I can kick back and get comfortable on the couch. Let's begin. Oscar. There's a lot of green on this foot item, and that's why he went to China. Bars. Very high agility. Still in his prime. I might be saddened that he left Chelsea, left the Premier League, but he's still got the Brazilian links. You can include him in many squads. And if you built out an early edition or an early iteration of some sort of Brazilian hybrid or even a full Brazilian squad, you got variety, you got options. Speaking of Anderson Talisca, we have history. This man's like an ex-girlfriend, but we're still able to stay in contact as friends. We've got an ongoing relationship. I haven't cut him out of my life. This would be a very tall girlfriend in this scenario because he's 6'3" and somehow has 87 agility and 75 balance. That is a lovely mixture. It's a rare potion. You might play him as a center mid. It's not necessarily qualified to be a holding mid just because of the work rates and the lack of defending statistics. 4-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves. Talisca, I see you seeing me. Barty, we got an in form. And I call this an edge work player. Excelente. It's when you've worked it in and you've got to create a little bit of space. And for his rating, for his price point, 94 curve, 85 composure, 80 finishing, 88 shot power, 84 volleys. You see what I mean? On the edge of the box, he's going to score goals. Almost as if he's a Diogo Jota. That type of player. Doesn't have the burner. He's not carrying the heater. He's not pulling out and shooting up. He's not pulling out. That's just not correctly worded. Kudus, I packed him. Heading back to Ajax. 96 agility, 96 balance, 81 strength. Skill moves are there. A lot of pace. More so looking maybe as a super sub unless you've built yourself out. Maybe a non-conventional team. I'm just thinking about where you're getting the links, how this is free flowing with you, but he fits into everything, and he's kind of a unique player when you really dive into his statistics, or if you put him into motion. It's rare for you to have someone with such ridiculously high balance and agility statistics, 96, to go with 81 strength. Odegaard, half of you are going to agree with this. The other half are going to say, no, this does not work for me. I like Odegaard. Reminds me of Di Maria, maybe even Firmino. Those are obviously better versions of Odegaard, but as long as you station him in the middle of the pitch, he has the 5-star skills. But he floats like a butterfly and he's going to sting like a wasp. Dele Alli. You might bring up the argument, Mike, as a center attacking mid, really? That's his default. What you want me to do? Don't shoot the messenger. EA put him into that position, but he's going to play as a center mid for you. Maybe even a holding mid. 82 finishing, 89 stamina. Even without the pace. No bump. But if he gets a major upgrade or a promo, we're talking about something. 87 composure. This man can create a beat. FIFA is about the rhythm. If you do find yourself in a 1v1, he's not lacking. Coutinho, even though might be slightly downgraded from what we're used to, he's still graceful as ever. He's a smooth criminal, operates with a certain level of confidence, and if you're gonna whip finesse shots, got the curve and the 5-star skills, which is something that we have to stress. The importance of running scoop turns, or elasticos, in this year's installment in particular, major value. Fekir, French La Liga, weak foot upgrade. And he feels faster than a 79. I'll keep that on repeat. I've used him quite a bit this year. Outside of him having some strength, which is unusual, the high dribbling added into the collaborative effort or the breakdown, or if we're analyzing this foot item, it makes him feel as if he's got a little more in the tank for some of the speed. He's not going to be a breakaway guy, still play him centrally, but his body type's a little different. The runner-up, Raja Nainggolan. And you're going to say again, as a cam, that's where they put him. He's got 5 stats that are an 80 plus on his baseline. I'm not even talking rule breakers, not even the upgraded item. I wouldn't play him necessarily as a center attacking mid, but with the high work rates, he's also got that real big brawly 5'9". You never think of him being undersized or underwhelming, but as a center mid or a holding mid, Vic Raja is going to get busy. He's going to influence matches. I know he's not a center attacking mid, even though he is a center attacking mid. I understand completely. And at number 1, seems obvious for yours truly, we have Promes. He's the only player of the top 10 that I'm currently using. In my team right here, right now, Super Sub Promes makes an appearance often. He's a regular. That's because he had the 5-star skills. He's got a lot of pace. He can finish a 1v1, and he is a creative genius, maybe a creative villain. When my opponents notice Promes being subbed on 65th, 70th minute, they're in for a little trouble, a little havoc. This is the Halloween edition, and he's Dutch football. Gives you a little bit of everything you could ask for offensively. Today's a special day because we have a special guest. I've got a good friend of mine, Zelonius, will be joining us. I've been trying to figure out a cool way to insert this segment. Zel Zone, maybe Zel Zodiac. I just realized that even nouns or adjectives with the Z are very difficult. How are you doing, though?
Yeah, I'm doing excellent, Mike. Apologies for making the alliteration a bit difficult. I didn't think about that all the years ago when I came up with the name.
If you guys don't know who Zelonius is, I'm leaving his links down below. Check him out. I mean, tutorials, tips, advice, pro player, 30-0 and 30-0, back-to-back weekends. The man's kind of doing his thing, lightly doing his thing. I wanted to give you all a second opinion.
Sounds good. I'm looking forward to it.
So all I told Zell, 83 and under. Make sure these guys are able to put on some sort of clinic. I know our options are a little bit limited. And I said pick 5. So I don't know if they're going to necessarily be in order, but I told him pick 5. Where we start now?
Okay, so my first pick, he's a little bit washed compared to previous FIFAs, but he's still got some good stats in there. Philip Coutinho. So he's a bit slow. And when you say about the 83 and below ratings, like, it was a bit of a stretch to find some ballers in these boys, but Philip Coutinho, he's got the 5-star skills, which I don't know about you, Mike, but for me, 5-star skills for the first time in as long as I can remember might actually be more important than 5-star weak foot. This FIFA, the Elastico, running scoop turn, flip flop, those are really big this year and can make a huge difference in unlocking defenses. Coutinho's got the 5-star skills. I think in a central cam position, you still want 4-star weak foot at least, just to make you more unpredictable, be able to go both ways. He's got okay shooting, his passing's good, and then he, outside of maybe even including icons, he's one of the best dribblers in the game. 91 agility, 93 balance, 89 dribbling ball control. Coutinho maybe isn't what he used to be on FIFA, but I think his card, bar the pace, does suit the game this year.
Well, to be fair, he was never a burner in FIFA, so to speak. He wasn't going to roast and toast down the end lines,
sure,
but he was definitely much faster than where he's currently at. And I agree with you. And I was thinking about this earlier today, actually. What was the last FIFA where the skill moves were more important than the weak foot? Because it's not in the new era or the current era, the foot
Maybe
champions
16.
era. So from FIFA 17 onward, it's always been 5-star weak foot greater
100%.
than 5-star skill moves.
Yeah, maybe 16, but I always struggle to remember those. Another thing about Coutinho is he's got very good links. He's very cheap, and he's got the Barcelona and Brazil link, so he's pretty easy to hybrid and build a team around in the future. So he's pretty versatile.
Who's next, Zell?
Maybe this is cheating a bit, but in terms of the actual default cams, so that's their position in game. This guy is a cam, and he is arguably the best cam, not to play cam, but in terms of actual usable in game.
I already know where you're going. Keep going.
Mr. Raja Nainggolan. His card, he's again a bit like Coutinho, is a bit washed on FIFA. Like Nainggolan used to cost a few 100,000 coins at the start, but I think he's lost his weak foot skills. I don't really know what's happened there, but I wouldn't personally be playing him at cam. but if you can slot him in at centre mid CDM, he's still got. I think out of all the non-icon cards, he'd have some of the highest total in-game stats. He's got a lot of green stats on his card, very good defending, he's a pretty good dribbler. You probably could get away with him at cam, but maybe a bit sus there still. But yeah, I like Nainggolan still and think he's got potential. But I don't know if you're going to tell me off for that one.
Nope, I'm not going to tell you off. Raja still has so many overall stats. I don't know if I'd go as far as him being washed, especially after we've already seen the Rule Breakers iteration. And
I just mean
like
his gold
continuity.
card. I mean his gold card compared to what it was.
Of course. I like continuity. So if I'm talking about all these other positions and I make sure that their default is part of the criteria, I can't just switch it up and be like, you know what? I'm making different rules for center attacking mids. And then I'm going to have the comments tell me how wrong I am, that I'm not being consistent, that you see how this goes on YouTube or on a Twitch stream. Raja's not gifted and talented in his default role. I'm actually surprised they put him there. Yeah, but he's got a body type I like. He reminds me a lot of Alon. If you like Alon in FIFA 21, I believe you're also going to like Raja Nainggolan in FIFA 21. Okay, what's next?
I mean, I think this one's the most obvious one. The one that I would deserve to be told off if I left this guy. Can you guess who I'm on about?
Promes.
Quincy Promes. Yeah, like 89 pace. Like when I say it was a bit of a stretch to find players in this position, I think Promes was the only one who was pretty quick. Obviously, pace is big this year. I'm a big believer in chemistry styles and them working. So if you put a 10 pace chemistry style on him, he nearly has 99 pace. So he's rapid, which is a great start. He's got pretty good finishing for a quick card. That's only an 82, 81 finishing's good. His passing's okay. He's got very good dribbling. His physical stats aren't that bad, actually. I don't think. 64 strength, 72 aggression. Is actually comparable to like a Cruyff or a Pele. Bear in mind, I'm not comparing him to Cruyff or Pele across the board, but his card is actually one of the most overpowered cards. His rating, Dutch isn't too hard to link into teams. Ajax have some good players, and he's like 1,000, 1,500 coin. He's almost discard and plays very well, and then obviously has the 5-star skills that we talk about that we really love and good weak foot. So yeah, Promes is actually a card I've seen quite a lot of teams this weekend, and he's very good.
I see the title of your next video, the Dutch Pele, and it's gonna be a surprise. The cheap Dutch Pele featuring Promes, and I'm part of the group. I still use him right now as a super sub. I really believe in Promes. The way that he has those skill moves, he's really deceptive. He's able to wiggle and work, and I think that he's a surprise player, maybe even more so off the bench because he's faster than you expect. His touches are cleaner, and I like that you brought up his shooting because a lot of times when you deal with these pace demons, even if they have the skills, they don't have the finishing trait. They're not
low
able to convert.
range.
All right, what's next? We've got 3 that aren't necessarily surprises on my end. I just want to see what else you've got in the back drawer of choices.
Okay, this is a guy that I've actually really liked on previous FIFAs. Normally when he gets team of the season, I was a bit surprised when he got the move to this team, but he's also got a weak foot upgrade this year, which is very nice. LaBelle Fekir. The guy is very well rounded. If you look at his base card stats, 79 pace, 82 shooting, 81 pace, 87 dribbling, 79 physical. His defending's not very good, but across the board, he's very well rounded. He's not really quick for a camp. 79 pace isn't rapid, but he's got very solid shooting, all in the low 80s. Low 8 to mid 80s passing. His agility is 81, which isn't great, but then when you combine that with 91 balance, 88 dribbling, 81 strength, 79 aggression, very good card. There's not many cards like him in the game outside of the icons. He's French, very easy to fit in. I think at a cam or a ram position, he's very solid this year. And he normally had 3-star weak foot, but the 4-star weak foot's really nice. He also has this, like, you know, Mike, the big stocky body type in game. He seems to have that Fekir, so he's quite strong, but he's also quite good on the ball. So, bit of a different player and very cheap still.
He's unusually strong for a wing type or even a center attacking mid. And I'd actually go as far as saying, because I've used this Fekir, especially since I'm on a road to glory, I felt that he was faster than his baseline pace. I know they have him at a 79. I thought he was closer to an 83 or an 84. I'm not sure if that deals with the balance or the skills or just his general movement.
Might be his turn move with the dribbling and stuff as well.
That might be what gave him a little bit of a kicker. But I felt that he was more responsive with being able to make breakdowns or unlock key areas of the pitch in terms of the space. So I'd also green light him. All right, what's your last choice?
Okay, this one is maybe the wild card one. I don't know how you're going to really fit this guy into a team, but maybe as an impact sub, like this guy looks pretty good to me. Nikola Vlasic. Do you know the guy, the inform from CSK?
I do know the guy, okay.
Yeah, he's a guy I've always liked on Football Manager. He always seems a really good talent on Football Manager. So when I saw him getting informed this year, I had a quick look. I was like, oh, he's actually pretty good. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the skills. It feels like if you don't play in a major league, then EA don't really properly look at the skills or weak foot, but he's still got 4-star weak foot, which is pretty good. He's got 86 pace, okay strength aggression. His dribbling stats are almost identical to Fekir, which is really nice. He's got mid-80s on his passing, high 70s, low mid-80s on his shooting. Like, it's a very well-rounded card. Suits the cam position. The lack of skills is a bit frustrating, but...
Have you put him into motion, or are we projecting at the moment?
Motion is in using him.
Yes, sir.
I tried him in a draft one time. I can't remember. Did I have Modric to connect him so he had like 7 chemistry or something? He seemed pretty good. Like, he's not a special card. Problem is, without icons, I'm not sure how you're fitting him into your team. And if you've got icons, you're probably not playing this card.
And I want to add to that. That's something that's important because I believe in looking at this without chemistry as well, because we're just looking at the best players or those overpowered players best available. Well, I'm sometimes people, when I've had these discussions, they bring up, well, how do they fit into a team? And I'm like, hold on. That's not part of the criteria when I review the best players, when I'm looking at icons, when I'm looking at any of these positional selections, whether it's overpowered, whether it's cheap, low rated, high rated. I never take into consideration their league. I'm solely looking at them as an individual. Would they be an asset, and how big of an asset? Is it worth this ROI in terms of just the gameplay? Thank you so much for providing some of your beloved insight. We'll bring Zell back for more. Of course, everything's linked down below. If you want to follow Zell, I know that you're streaming a lot. You're on YouTube all the time. You're very active on Twitter, killing it on social media. This is going to come out before you've made an announcement as well. So there's an announcement coming soon. I hope that I don't get in trouble for saying that. Is that fair? Can I say that?
Yeah, that's okay.
Announcement coming soon. So make sure to drop a big-ass congratulations to Zell when that goes public. But yeah, I'll have a lot more coming out for you guys ASAP. Thank you so much, Zell. We appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.